Good morning. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit, my mouse isn't moving. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Trying a few things out. All right. So, what have you been up to?
Not much. Tired. I ended up going to a concert last night. On the
Nice.
random. Yeah, it was kind of random. Yeah. Uh,
I
yeah.
didn't
There's
even
a.
know that.
Yeah, you went to bed. I was doing something else, and we got the option to go down there and we're going for free basically. There's this place called the Bright Side. I didn't even. I mean, I've driven past it. I didn't know it was there at Third and Kiwi. And there's a famous podcaster who runs with like Dave Chappelle and Kanye named Talib Kweli. He was performing live last night, so I got to see that.
Hey,
It was
Clancy.
cool.
Wow. So, who were they?
His name's Talib Kweli. You probably don't know him.
No.
He runs. Well, he has his own podcast called The People's Party, and then he also has a podcast. I forget what it's called, but it's with Dave Chappelle. So I know he.
Oh,
Yeah, he lives here part time. Lives in Yellow Springs part time.
yeah. We've
So
driven by his house.
yeah,
Hey,
so
Chasing Justice. How are you, sweetheart?
he's part of that group of rappers and
Hey,
entertainers. So
Donna.
he was
Oh,
performing live last night.
huh. I
Yeah,
had no idea you went to a concert.
I
Huh.
wasn't planning on it. I wasn't planning. It was kind of a.
What time did you get here?
I didn't get home till midnight on the dot.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you were out. You were long in bed. So I just
Yeah.
didn't wake you. I didn't want to wake you. I was pretty pumped up. I had a good time, but yeah, I just tried to eat something and go to bed. I don't think I went to bed till like 1. So I'm a little dragging today.
Oh.
I'll be all right.
Hey, Patty. How are you, sweetheart? I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I hope everyone has a great weekend as well. Clancy says, I've been trying to call you for over a week, Sarah. Oh, Clancy, I apologize. My phone? Let's just say that it got wet and like it's hard to hear. And sometimes I don't get texts. Sometimes I don't get calls. My phone sucks. Am I lying or am I telling the truth?
I just want to just reiterate that she is really hard on electronics.
Yeah,
Things get broken a lot. Yeah.
they do.
So just saying.
Hey, Caslin, how are you, sweetheart? So, um, I wanted to do this live because I have a friend and I'm worried about her. And I know she needs help. And I wanted to give my experience and Brandon's experience on addiction and the dark side of what addiction is. Um, my heart breaks for this girl because I know she struggles. And when you tell yourself that you're not going to overdose again, or you're not going to use a certain street drug intravenously, that's insanity. Because, hey, Miss Leah, how are you, hon? Every time I would get high, I would say things like, well, I'm not going to overdose. And in my lifetime of being an addict, I have overdosed. Gosh, how many, Brandon? Just since you've known me, at least 15.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and before knowing Brandon, probably 10. You think that you're invincible. You think that it's not going to happen to you. You It's really hard to explain. Like, when you're that kind of an addict, like I was or Brandon was, and please don't judge me for this, but like if somebody overdosed, I would want to get a hold of that dealer and be like, I want what that person had. That's the insanity of addiction. Is it or is it not, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean the way we used to do it was you used to be able to read the paper. Like you would look at the newspaper and okay, there were 6 deaths over the weekend on McCall Street due to overdose. So then we would call the dealers that ran around on McCall Street or Third Street or whatever road, trying to track down the same dope because obviously if it's killing all those people, obviously it's probably the strongest dope in town.
Exactly. And, in our minds as addicts, we think, oh, well, we're not going to overdose from it. We're cool. Our tolerance is high enough. We're not going to OD. And that's the insanity of it.
There's 2 times that I can think of where I overdosed, where I didn't do a lot. I didn't do a large amount of heroin. I did like a normal amount that I would use every day. It's just that the dope was stronger than normal. And I never, like Sarah's saying, I never at a conscious level said, I'm going to overdose today. I was
Yeah.
just always trying to get the withdrawal off me so I could go about my day and continue trying to get money to get more drugs. But, you know, I can tell you this that, every time I overdosed, I also used again that same day. That's
Yeah.
kind of the insanity of it. Even though I almost died and scared my friends or my girlfriend or scared the crap out of myself, I used more drugs that same day. That's
Me
kind of
too.
the insanity of it.
Me too. And it's scary. Um, I don't know. I never want to experience that again. It's been a wonderful few months, and my best friend has really helped me get through some pretty tough times, and I'm grateful for her. And Patty says, Sarah, my nephew died because of a heroin OD. My brother spent his dying days trying to find his dealer. So I understand what you and Brandon are saying. Yeah, it's really sad, and I'm so sorry to hear that. Um, I'm so sad. I'm so sad for your brother, because now they are actually charging dealers. Like, if someone overdoses and dies, dealers are finally being charged for their death. And it's about time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we live in a place where overdose is, it happens a lot. It's common. It's a common cause of death where we live.
Yeah.
Some places, you don't hear about it much. I mean, I know everywhere it's kind of worse than it used to be, but there are still parts of the country where the overdose rate isn't real high. For us, it's a daily basis. We're hearing about somebody who's OD'd. We're hearing about someone who passed away. We're hearing about someone who's trying to get treatment because they overdosed last weekend or whatever. It's just a very common thing.
And another thing, said friend is trying to do it on her own. It is so hard to get clean and sober on your own. Because getting sober and going through the withdrawals is the easy part. The hard part is the mental aspect of it. And, you need a sponsor, you need someone to talk to, a counselor, anything, church. There's people that go to church and that works for them. Um, you know, it's just so hard to do it on your own. It was good for Brandon because, he went to NA meetings and, became a counselor himself, and has years of sobriety. How many years has it been now?
13.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah. In terms of like, I mean, the one of the biggest misconceptions about addiction and recovery is when we think about an addict, someone that's drinking or using, we think about someone with a needle in their arm. We think about someone under a bridge in a trench coat, drinking out of a brown paper bag. We think about someone who's homeless. The deal is that addiction really doesn't show up until the dope's gone.
Yeah.
Once the booze is gone, it's not about 1 day clean or 2 day clean, 2 days clean. Those are great, but it's really once you get about 2 weeks and your coping mechanism's gone. You've built your whole life around this chemical, and that's what gets you through the day. That's what allows you to work or have relationships or just try to get through it. And once that's gone, you know again, it's like trying to live without oxygen. It's
Yeah.
like trying to live without food or water, because physiologically it's a part of you now. Your brain chemistry is different due to the amount of chemicals you put in your body. So to try to function without it, in terms of someone trying to do it alone, I wish you the best and I hope that works. I just haven't really seen that work out for people. Typically, for an addict or alcoholic to stay clean and sober, they need to get around other addicts and alcoholics that are clean and sober. Because if you're alone with this disease, you're alone with an insane person. You're also alone with the last person you got high with.
Yeah.
All those memories, all the guilt, all the shame, all the pain. And there's
Yes.
a tiny voice in your head that's going to get louder and louder that's saying, just one more, just one more, just one more
Yeah.
time.
And that one more can be your last. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
We have a number of friends who weren't strung out. They were clean and sober, but they went and got one more, just one more time. And sure enough, that was the one that got them. It
Yeah.
wasn't 6 months of using, weeks of using. It was that just one. Someone
Patty
explained
says,
it to me that if you got killed by a train, it's the engine car that kills you, not the caboose. The first one is the one that kills you. So just saying.
yeah. Clancy said, I'm still doing good. I haven't drank anything, Sarah. Clancy, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Um, and then Patty says, So true. My nephew's last fix was laced with fentanyl. And see, that's what gets people is the fentanyl. It's not heroin anymore. It's all fentanyl because
It's
fentanyl
cheaper.
is cheap. Yeah. And I'm so sorry that you lost your nephew. He was only 32.
Wow, that's young.
It is so young. Um, Portal, I don't know what you said. I didn't see it. Um, he said no disrespect. I don't know what you said. Oh, it's gone now. Hey, Lulu, how are you, hon? Lulu says, this stream is so helpful. 14 years free from opiates.
Wow.
Thank God. Congratulations. With the help of maintenance meds. Yes, maintenance meds are wonderful. There's Vivitrol, there's God.
Suboxone,
Yeah, Suboxone, um
methadone.
methadone, but methadone can get you pretty lit too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
if it's done, all of
Or
those,
not.
all those medications, if done right, can really work for somebody. It's really up to being honest with your doctor and finding the right doctor. Unfortunately, there's a lot of doctors out there that, whether they know what they're doing or not, they're just there to kind of have a business and keep people on that medication. And I understand that it's safer than having someone go back to using, but it is helpful a lot of times for most people to find a doctor that is eventually going to taper you off of those medications so you can, be clean of everything. But, then again, some people need to stay on it long term.
Yeah, Lulu says I did lose my cousin to fentanyl poisoning last fall. It's so not fair. No, it's not. And I'm sorry to hear that. Um, Brandon and I, you know, as long as we've been married, we have lost so many loved ones. Troy, he was a good one.
Yeah.
Jason, he's in a vegetated state now. And, he was a military man, he was a Marine and he fought for our country. And now he's in a nursing home and in a vegetated state. And it breaks my heart.
Yeah. I just lost another cousin a couple months ago
Yeah.
on my dad's side. Most of that side of my dad's side of the family has died from addiction. Um, my dad being the first that we know of that would have, when he died, we believed him to be sober. But everybody else, we lost to overdoses, including my grandmother and my grandfather.
Wow.
When you think of a grandma, you think of a lady baking cookies with an apron on and making lemonade for the kids. That was not my grandma. I'm sure she did those things, but as far as I've heard, she was pretty, she was strung out on opiates.
That's so sad. And your dad, he got to live how many years sober?
I think it was right at his 7th year anniversary. He was just like a couple weeks short of 7 years.
Wow. That
So
is
for six
amazing.
years, oh, it's a miracle. He got reunited with my sibling and my mom and me, of course. And it
Yeah.
was pretty incredible, really incredible. Most families are lucky to get one addict clean, and
Mhm.
my family got two. So,
It's, you know, it's a family disease, because your whole family has to deal with the addict and they have to put up with the addict. They have to, um, you know, go broke sometimes because a lot of family members or loved ones are enablers and codependent, and they literally love their addicted family member to death. I can't, if I could go back and change what I did to my family, I'd do it in a New York minute, because I broke them. My dad spent so much money. My grandparents gave me so much money. For what? Such a waste. And I have so much guilt for that still till this day, you know. But I know my grandparents, they're proud now. And I don't know. I do think it's hereditary. A lot of people don't, but I do. Um,
Sarah, do
hey,
you remember that day
Bree.
I brought you over here to see your grandparents?
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I'll never forget that day. My grandma cried and she held my hand. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
it's a beautiful experience,
That
to
was
see.
the most beautiful experience. Brienne, I wish you'd have been here, honey. It was the most beautiful experience.
They were just crying and praying and just glad Sarah was okay. You know,
Yeah.
they were just happy
Grandma
just to
looked
see
at
her.
me and said, you need to gain a little bit of weight.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
was funny. Clancy said, I watched alcohol kill my dad. He was in the army in Vietnam from 1970 to 1971, and he suffered from PTSD. A lot of people suffer from PTSD from being in wars, and they turn to drugs and alcohol. Jason did, because his PTSD was awful and he wanted to numb that.
Yeah.
And Brandon was his counselor. And I don't know. I my heart breaks for him, and I'd love to go visit him. Um, Jason's a good guy, and I'd love to go and visit him. I think he's up here in Dayton now.
Oh, really?
Yes, he was in Florida, but they
Right.
transferred him to Dayton.
Yeah, he was a combat guy. He saw some activity when he was in the military, and it changed him. He
Mhm.
was not the same after that, and he is one of many, of our military in this country that comes home and really has an inability to cope. And we just do not have the technology or the ability to take that away from someone, to say, hey, we don't know what you saw over there. We don't know what happened, but we love you. We want what's best
Yeah.
for you and want you to get better. There's, you know, it's treated through medication and therapy and all those things, but a lot of people are never the same.
Yeah. And I'm so proud of Brienne. Brie. I wish I could I wish I could tell the world why I'm so proud of her. Um, but I can't, because this forum loves to attack me. So, but I'm so proud of what she has recently accomplished.
Yeah,
And
it's really a
uh
full circle.
yeah, and she actually just got promoted to manager, and I'm really proud of her for that. She's going to be making some good money, and you know, she told me last night that Daniel got a job. I'm so proud of him for
Oh,
that.
that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Daniel, I guess, is doing well,
Good.
and yeah, my kids, I'm happy for them, and I'm so proud that they wasn't an addict like I was, like my mother was, like my family members were, because addiction runs deep in my family. My grandpa, my other grandpa, Grandpa Bill, he drank for years, but
Yeah.
my grandmother made him stop. Um, and I think he was addicted to Quaaludes.
Yeah.
Those were the thing back in the 70s and early 80s, I guess.
Well, once again, doctors were kind of passing them out and people didn't
Oh,
really
yeah.
understand, doctor tells you to take it, so you take it, and you end up getting hooked on them. But he got off them when they got, when they got rid of
Yeah.
them in the 80s.
I don't know. What would you recommend for my friend that is dealing with her addiction?
It's a lot of things, first and foremost, congratulations to that person for getting to a point where, obviously the drugs and alcohol aren't working anymore. I know that's not a good feeling, but a lot of us get to that place where it just doesn't do the same thing anymore. And we use more and more. And some people, it kills them. Some people OD and survive. So there's some big things is right now is probably not a good time to be alone. Need to try to be around people as much as they can, especially people in recovery.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be hard being around family, especially with just a few days clean because of the wreckage and the things you did. So finding like a new group or finding some sober and clean people to run with is key. Um, you definitely got to erase some phone numbers and some contacts. You
Oh,
know,
people, places, and things.
yeah,
You've got to get away from.
it's huge.
Yeah.
And maybe hit a meeting tonight. Go to a meeting or at least get on the phone with some people who are in recovery and just make sure anytime you're wanting to use, anytime your brain's getting a good idea to do this or that, get on the phone and tell on your disease as soon as you can.
Yeah. And I told her, I said, if you're thinking of using, call me and I'll talk you out of it. You know, crap. I
Yeah,
think,
that's the big one.
I think my, uh-oh. I think my computer is about to die.
Like I said, she's pretty hard on electronics. She kind of.
True story.
We've gone through a lot of computers, a lot of cell phones.
Yeah.
But yeah, try to get to a meeting tonight. If you can't get to a meeting, get on the phone with some people and, start looking at, if maybe you need to be on medication, start prepping for that. I know it's the weekend. So make sure that Monday morning you're on the phone with, someone to get an assessment done, to get in line, to maybe look at getting on some medication. Uh, and really just surround yourself and your life with people in recovery. Because if you're alone with this disease, it's going to be talking to you.
Yep.
It's going to be telling you you're a failure, you're a loser, you're not going to make it. It's going to tell you to stay away from the crazy people in recovery, blah, blah, blah. You really got to make some changes if you want to stay clean. If you're not done using yet, then even more you need to push to try to get on medication, um, whether it's methadone or Suboxone. Um, but right now, if you're a day clean or a couple of days clean, this is an unbelievably crucial time in your life. This is the big one. So
Yeah.
you've got to get ahead of it. You got to get ahead of this disease because it's waiting on you. Addiction is a very patient thing. It'll wait to your most vulnerable moment, good day, bad day, and then it's going to jump out in front of you and say, "Hey, remember me? Remember how good we used to feel?" Remember how easy it is, $20, $10, whatever, to get high, get a fix, and to fight that is, it's impossible, you know. That's why you need people. That's why you need a higher power and those kind of things. But yeah, all the normal
Hey,
stuff.
Squishy.
My guess is this is probably someone who already knows what to do. It's
Yeah,
just a matter of doing it. Instead of talking about it, you got to go do it. And it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be frustrating. It's going to make you anxious. It's going to give you a headache, but it is so worth it in the end.
it is. Um, it's really hard to do, you know. Uh, Getting clean is easy, but like the mental part is so unbelievably hard. It took years, for me to get it. And then I ended up relapsing again last year. And it was so hard for me to find sobriety again. And I literally had to log off of everything, YouTube, uh, anything, everything. I had to get away from toxic people. I had to get away from uh, things that would trigger me, I guess. I had to do a lot of meditation. I had to um, talk to my sponsor. I had to go to meetings. And, you know, that helped a lot. Uh, I don't know. It's really hard to get clean again. And it was really hard this time. I've never had um it's never been this hard in the past, because I went weeks without using, but I was always told by a certain counselor that I was a binge user. I would go on 2 to 3 to 4 day binges and then go a month without it and then do it again. And I'm so glad that my higher power and has taken those cravings away. You know what I mean?
Yes, Bree, that is why you're hard on electronics. That is true. Um, the main thing I want to say to this person, if they can hear me or if you can get them the message, if you don't hear nothing, I say, please hear the following. The voice in your head that says you can use and get away with it, or I'm just going to do it once, or, uh, F it. I've already screwed up. Who cares? Whatever your reason is, whatever causes it, that'll go away. You can lose the obsession. The obsession is of the mind. It's the thought that overrides every other thought. So if my
Yeah.
brain says, oh, I shouldn't do this, it could kill me, or I might go to jail, or my spouse or partner's going to be upset, or my mom's going to cry, addiction is much stronger than those. But you can, through step work, meditation, whether you go to church, working with a sponsor, a therapist,
Thank
working
you,
with doctors,
Lord.
you can and will lose the obsession of drink and use.
Hey, Jason.
It happened for me. It's happened for a lot of people I know. And it's probably the biggest miracle in my life was losing that obsession. Because once that obsession was gone, everything else in my life became possible. It's really difficult to function when your brain is constantly telling you to use drugs.
Yeah.
I've had doctors tell me I was going to die. I have had judges tell me I was going to go to prison. I used anyway. I used in spite of the consequences.
Yep.
And, had I been able to choose life or death, I would not have chosen life because it just didn't seem possible. It didn't seem possible to live life without drugs and alcohol until it happened. Until I got 2 weeks, a month, 6 months, a year, 2 years. You know, I'm just wanting you to know it is possible to do this. I did not think it was possible for me. I didn't think I was like people in recovery. I thought I was different. I thought I was unique, and I was almost unique enough to where it killed me. Um, and a lot of my friends, a lot of my close friends are gone. They're not even in prison anymore.
That's a miracle, Jason. Seriously, because sometimes it's so hard for people to stop, you know. Isn't it funny how when we don't talk about drama, we don't get very many people in here?
Well, yeah, but people are. There's another addiction. You could be an addict for dramatics,
Yeah,
an addict for the dirt, for who's mad at who, and
I'm
But
done with
it
that.
is what it
I'm
is.
so done with it. Like, I don't wanna be a part of that. Like, there's certain people that I'm always gonna, like, probably drag, like, Ernie Shell for one, and this guy named Jimbo. Did I tell you about him? The one that married a 12-year-old?
No comment. Just unreal. Just unbelievable that anybody listens to that
Oh,
trash.
good morning, sweetheart.
I just cannot imagine. I can't imagine. But hey,
I mean, if you're 17 and you married a 12-year-old,
something's wrong.
yes,
Something's wrong.
I don't care who you are. You are a PEDO for
If
doing
you're
that.
looking at a 12-year-old as a spouse, yeah, something's wrong.
I mean, who looks at a 12-year-old and wants to do anything? That's a
Psychos,
child.
weirdos.
Like, I mean, a 12-year-old hasn't even formed yet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to say this to where it's not.
I know. I know. It's YouTube. You got to be real careful what you say.
Yeah. Good
The
morning,
algorithm.
Jason. But yeah, Jason says, I'm forever gonna give Ernie and Jimbo hell, but the rest of it I can leave it. Yeah. I I can't imagine anyone wanting to do that with a child. And Bombshell Reloaded, she did a great live yesterday on Jimbo and Ernie. And man, oh boy, Bombshell Reloaded is her channel. And you guys should go over there if you want to watch, not right now, but after this, and watch that live she did on Ernie and Jimbo, because she's on their necks, man. I'm telling you what, she's going after them. And
People need to be.
yeah.
That's disturbing. There's
And
there's some
what's
disturbing stuff
hey,
going on over there.
hybrid Pisces, how are you, hon? What's even more disturbing is the fact that there are women in their chats saying, "Oh, well, it's okay, you know, um, the parents gave them permission."
That's
What?
scary. That's even worse.
Yeah.
That's even worse. Just
Like,
makes
they're
it worse and worse.
condoning that behavior. I mean, what if it was your child, Jimbo, that wanted to marry a 17-year-old? Would you allow it? It's just disgusting. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off track. It irritates me. The fact that anyone can find a 12-year-old attractive.
I don't even know what to say. It's just so my brain cannot even comprehend what that would look like or feel like, or I just don't understand. So
Yeah, I don't either.
it is what it is. I feel very, very sorry for them and everyone involved, because there's something very wrong over there.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in, insanity and noise and madness. And I'm just grateful to be clean today. I'm grateful I didn't wake up trying to figure out who I got to steal from so I can get a little piece of dope this morning. I didn't go to bed last night hating
Good
life. I
morning,
used to hate to
Renee.
fall asleep, because I was so afraid of the morning, of that sickness. But, it's a real miracle to not wake up that way.
It is. And it's a good feeling. Like you're clear-minded again. You don't your mind's not clouded anymore. And you can actually think and remember. My drug of choice was Xanax. And I mean, I would lose weeks at a time. And I would say something to Brandon, and he was like, Sarah, that was like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, oh, because I just didn't remember. I have lost a lot of my short-term memory because of Xanax. And what scares me the most is, I've used them off and on since 2003. So they're now saying that long-term use of Xanax or benzodiazepine can give you, what is it? Is it
Dementia,
Alzheimer's or dementia?
early adult onset dementia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's common. But again, it's one of those things. Your brain, as an addict, won't tell you of the consequences. It'll only tell you you'll feel better. You'll be able to sleep it off. You'll be able to not deal with all your problems. But it's like putting a band-aid on cancer. The cancer continues to spread and get worse and worse and worse. And, I pray and hope for every addict and alcoholic out there this morning, but, especially your friend, that they're able to, find some people they can talk to today, maybe go to a meeting, get online, start looking at doctors or where they can get in to get some help. Because, this is a fatal illness. This
Yeah,
isn't an illness where, oh, I might lose my job, or, oh, they're going to be mad at me. All those things are part of it. But ultimately, this kills people.
it does.
You know,
Did you see what Jason said? When I do Xanax, everything that wasn't bolted
yeah,
down was coming with me.
yeah. What is that? I'm the best thief in the world when I'm eating Xanax, Klonopin.
Yeah.
I've stolen people's food out of their fridge. You know, just
It,
whatever.
I don't know what it is with Xanax that makes you do that, but I don't know. A lot of people steal things, but they're not coherent. They don't know they're doing
Right.
it. Oh Lord. Oh, the memories. Thank
I've
you,
done it.
Bree.
I stole all my girlfriend's CDs one night. Broke into her car,
You're kidding.
stole them, put them in my car. Yeah. Oh yeah. Got up the next morning.
Your
Had
girlfriend?
had like 30 missed calls. You
Oh my
know.
God.
Yeah, they knew I did it.
Mhm.
They said I got mad. I wanted some CD, and they didn't want to go outside, so I waited. And you know, I'm the coldest thief. I went and got it right in front of them, and yeah, just looking like an idiot again. But
Yep, Jason's right. Jail, institution, or death
yeah,
is the outcome.
yeah, and I've been to jail,
Oh
and I've
boy.
been to some institutions.
Me
So
too.
there's definitely not a
Nikki,
lot
I love
left
you
out there for
too.
me.
Have a great weekend, hon.
Yeah, have a good one. Yeah, you know, or they say dope stands for death or prison eventually.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's a matter of what kind of life you want to have. I was the type of person where jail was home, rehab was
Yep.
home. I
That's what
felt
Jason
safer
just
there.
said.
You know,
Jail and prison saved my life. Same for Brandon.
yeah, me too. Home sweet home. You know, but it was just how long do you want to live that way? How long do you want to hang out in jail? With all the cool guys talking about when you're going to
Do
get
you
out.
realize how much money we could have
Oh,
with all the money we use buying
oh, I,
drugs?
It's got to be millions. It's got to be a million. Yeah, just unbelievable amount.
Yeah.
You know.
Like thousands upon thousands, you know? And like I said, I wish I could go back and like just not ask my grandparents for money, not ask my dad for money because it affected them. It
Yeah.
hurt them.
Yeah. Put them
And
in a weird position. You know.
it did. And it ruined my relationship with my father for a very long time. And I'm grateful that, you know, he and I are able to talk now, you know? And thank you, Lulu. It is. It is important to talk about. And, you know, Brandon and I used to do, I have a playlist of um uh all the steps. We did step work, talked about that. We talked about NA, AA. We've talked about our experiences with drugs, you know, and people may, you know, they make fun of me for it. And that's sad. It's sad that people, you know, make fun of people for their addiction. It's sad that people will bash you because you're an addict, you know, or if they know you're going through a hard time in your life, they will bash the crap out of you. And I couldn't imagine doing that to someone, knowing that, you know, they're going through a hard spot, knowing that they're struggling. I could never do that. And there are so many people on this platform that do that. And I just, it, you know, what would happen if you bullied someone so bad that was struggling with their addiction, not wanting to live, that had suicidal ideation, and they died? How would that make you feel? And I'm talking about me because it happened to me. And I'm okay to talk about it now because I got over it. And I talked about it with my sponsor. I've talked about it with my friend. And I have some good people in my life that helped me get through it. And I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful for them.
You know, it's a miracle. You know, it's really a miracle that any of us are alive and fully clothed and in our right minds on a what is a Saturday morning. You know, just to be here. You know,
Yeah.
because I guarantee you, there's a family somewhere near you that they're dealing with a death right now. They're
You
dealing with
know,
funeral arrangements and those things. So it's a miracle we're here.
yeah. I get accused of being on drugs. Even till this day, people accuse me, oh, I can hear it in her voice. No, you can't. No, you can't. Or people say, well, that's what I sound like when I take them. So I know that she's on drugs. I know she's taking Xanax. No, no, you don't. You don't have a clue. Sorry, got a little irritated.
Oh, it's all right.
You know, I worked really hard this time to get clean. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I've been able to maintain my sobriety this time. And I thank God every day that I don't have the desire to use, because the cravings that I would get when I was using were so unbelievably strong. And Brandon knew about it, but what could he do?
Right. What
It's
do you
okay.
think is the big thing that helps you stay clean today?
Yeah. It's okay, Lulu. Um, I'm just not going to associate with those people any longer. Um, I have unsubscribed from those people. Uh, I wish them no ill will. I wish them nothing but the best, but I'm done. Um, Once I'm done, I'm done. And I'm not going to look back. I'm only going to go forward. And I don't care what they say about me because I'm not listening. Um, Thank you, Donna Marie. I appreciate that. Thank you. Don't be sorry. It's okay. I'm proud of you too. Hey, Johnny Cuddy. How are you? It's good to see you. You know, what's sad is that some people in a certain community will bash you and trash you for views. And they don't care what you're going through. They don't care at all. Just as long as they get donations and views, that's all they care about. And that's sad to me. I took, what, a good month and a half away. And I just realized that I don't want to be a part of that anymore. I don't want to be a part of them anymore. And I'm not talking about anyone's I'm I'm not talking about just one individual. I'm talking about that whole community. I'm walking away because I for my best interest, for my sanity, it's going to be healthy for me and I have to do what's healthy for me. No, not really, Jason, just me venting, I guess. There are people that I adore. I adore Bombshell Reloaded. I think she's a good person. I adore Bailey. I really like Jason. Jason comes from a different community. It was the best it was the best thing you could have done for yourself. Indeed. And um I have you to thank also because you helped me through a lot. You helped me through a lot. You were there when no one else was. You were there to tell me that it was going to be okay. You were there to get me through my darkest times. You were there to tell me not to watch. And I'm grateful for you. And I love you for it. I'm worried about my finger, though. My thumb that I just about cut off. It's starting to turn really red. And that scares me. To the person that just sent me that, thank you. Thank you. What happened to my thumb? Okay, so I was cutting a cantaloupe, not paying attention. You know how you cut them? You cut the cantaloupe in half, and then you cut it in another half, and then you cut it in like, I don't know. Mm, I don't know how to explain it. I was trying to cut it off, and I used the sharpest knife we had that I had just found. And I was like, oh, this will cut the cantaloupe really well. And I wasn't paying attention and completely sliced my thumb, like almost off. And I lost so much blood. I about passed out. I screamed at the hospital because the shots that they were giving me, the needles were huge. And oh my gosh, like it hurt so bad.
And what do you think she did when she got home?
What did I do?
Started cutting up cantaloupe with the same knife.
Shut up. Don't tell people that.
Same exact knife.
I wanted cantaloupe.
There was already cut up cantaloupe in the fridge, but she
Oh.
chose to continue to cut up cantaloupe.
Well,
Just
I
saying.
had to cut up the rest of that cantaloupe.
What's the definition of insanity?
Shut up.
Doing the same thing. Okay. It was funny.
Well, did you get the stitches and tetanus? Actually, did they give me a tetanus shot?
I think so, as far as I know.
Okay. I don't know if they did or not. They gave me a few shots. I'm not really sure. I was in such bad pain, I wasn't paying attention. Yes, Bailey, I know it was nuts. I know. I hope it's not infected. Honestly, I've been putting that iodine stuff on it and lots of Neosporin. What is that? Let's see. It's that first aid antiseptic um iodine solution, 10%, which I'm going to put on it again. It hurts. Like it really hurts. And it seems like it's getting more red and bigger. I don't know. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And yeah, I had to win over the cantaloupe. I needed that cantaloupe cut up so I could put it in the refrigerator in the little container thing.
It was already cut up. She just wanted more.
No, there was the rest of the cantaloupe that I didn't get cut up. And I didn't want to just put it in the fridge. I wanted to cut the rest. Don't argue with me, dude.
All right.
I had to cut it up. Yeah, Clancy, she's not. People say that Bombshell is a bad person, but she's really not. Once you get to know her, she's really nice. And, you know, people change. And she even said in her live the other day that she's changed. She's not doing some of the things that she used to do. And I believe her, you know? She's never given me a reason not to. People change. I've changed. You know, everybody can change for the better. I do know one thing, Jason. I will never cut a cantaloupe that way ever again. Like, I won't cut it towards me, I'll cut it away from me. And I will not use that knife.
Yeah, it's getting hidden.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know where it's at the moment.
Exactly.
Oh. Well, damn. I don't know. Um, I do want to say that I love every addict because I am one, and my heart breaks for those that struggle with addiction. And I do almost anything in my power to help them. Um, it's not easy. I'm not gonna lie. It's not easy getting clean, but it's so worth it. It's so unbelievably worth it.
And I just wanted to thank you guys for being here,
Yeah,
listening, talking, trying to make this a conversation. I know Sarah appreciates it. I really appreciate it. It's, an amazing thing that we're able to kind of talk about this and hopefully try to get through today clean, through each other, holding each other up through the process. And, I'm just grateful that you guys are here.
yeah. Um, not a lot of people like listening to addiction streams because they think that, you know, addicts are trash. Let me tell you a little something. I've known judges that are addicts. I've known policemen that are addicts, lawyers.
Doctors.
Brandon has counseled um, uh, high professionals.
Yeah. Sponsored a few. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, being an addict does not mean you're trash. And I've heard so many people say that on this forum, and it's not true. It's not true. I love all addicts. I can't help it, um, because I've been there and people helped me when I was at my lowest. And so therefore we're supposed to pay it forward. And we do. So, um, do you have any words of wisdom to say, Brandon?
Yeah. Just, the last thing I just wanted to say is, to the person who's dealing with trying to stay clean and trying to figure all this out, I just wanted to let you know it's okay to be you. And it's okay to hurt. It's okay to be frustrated and not understand. And I need you to know that you're loved by people you've never even met just because you have the same disease we have. And if nothing else, I hope you got something out of just knowing that you're not alone. There's all across the country, all across the world, there's tons of us just trying to figure out how to get through today. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. The whole thing might come crashing down, but today, we're going to try to do what's necessary to stay clean. And that is, continuing to pray, continuing to share and talk with one another, and to just have hope. Just have hope that, maybe there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe there is a way out. So, to that person, I hope the absolute best for you. Obviously, you can get a hold of us 24/7 anytime you want. Our
Now,
phones are open to you.
that
I don't care.
person,
Yeah.
it's really hard to come off of methadone, but you can taper down, you know. It's not going to be a quick process, but you can taper down. And there's better medications out there than methadone if you're wanting to not get high. Because methadone does get you kind of high.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a euphoria with it.
Yeah, but like Suboxone or Subutex, but Subutex doesn't have the blocker in it.
I mean, it's still, it's still
Mhm.
going to help in terms of, feeling the opiate receptors. But true, you do have the possibility of overdose, but, with Suboxone, which is buprenorphine with naloxone, 0% chance for overdose. If you're
Yeah.
taking your medication like you're supposed to and doing all the things, you won't even want to get high. You won't even want to use. And then that's a real possibility for you. It's just a matter of what you want to do.
Jason says I don't feel my methadone at all. I never have.
Yeah,
Oh,
some people depend on the dosage. They don't, it's just the idea is we got to fill the opiate receptors, so that part of the brain is kind of taken care of, and that allows people to go on with their lives, not have to hustle and bustle and rip and run all the time. That's kind of the miracle of it. Yeah, like we said earlier, methadone, if done right, really can work for someone,
absolutely.
So
I've had methadone and it helped, I never had the liquid kind, but I had the pill form. Back then they called them wafers, I think.
yeah, the 40 milligram. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember them.
those helped.
Yeah.
And but I was only on them for a short time to get off of Wellbutrin because Wellbutrin actually has withdrawal effects, and I couldn't stand being on Wellbutrin. Yeah, right, Jason? He says that's why I like it, because I don't chase the high.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I was on methadone for a couple of years. I was on it for the wrong reasons. I was one of those people that, I wasn't done yet.
You
I still
took
had some.
methadone and Xanax. You was a slobbering mess.
Oh yeah, I was lit, but I had a doctor telling me that this is what I'm supposed to be on. I was very happy about that. You know. But due to my behavior, I got kicked off, which probably ultimately saved my life because, like I said, I
Absolutely.
wasn't there for the right reasons. But yeah, for some people, it's a miracle drug. Everybody's different. It's just one of those things. But I hope to everybody today that they're able to have some peace of mind, have some clarity, and really just have a good day, clean and sober.
Yeah, I just for today. Sometimes it's just minute by minute, for some people. Um it's some people really struggle with staying clean, and sometimes it is minute by minute, day by day, just for today, I'm grateful that I'm clean today.
All of Dayton, Ohio is grateful you're clean today. Much safer.
Shut up.
The roads are safe, everybody. It's okay now.
Hey,
Yeah.
I never wrecked your car.
Yeah, not singular, plural. Yeah, singular. You never wrecked a car. Wrecked cars. Yeah.
Yes, I've
Plural.
wrecked many cars. I flipped a couple, whatever. But I mean, you got to understand, I was new to driving a stick shift. I had a badass 94 Mustang, and I hit it down on Dayton Cincinnati Road. I hit a pole. And the county made me pay for that pole.
I bet.
I'm not trying to laugh. And I wasn't on drugs, but I did flip a Eddie Bauer, but I slid on black ice. So
God, I can't wait for winter.
Jason, you're a good guy. I wanted to give you a wrench. You're a good guy. And I don't know. I think everyone in this chat are good people. In fact, I know they are. I've talked to them. And Lulu, I think you're a sweetheart. And Bailey Veck, I love her to death. And my daughter, I'm so grateful for her. And I'm grateful she didn't get the disease that I have. And I'm so proud of her accomplishments. Gosh, I wish I could brag and
You
say,
did. No, you're saying enough. You know, that's enough.
I wish I could just
I know.
scream it from the rooftops because I couldn't be more proud. Hey, Captain Obvious.
Well,
It's
the
good to
people that
see
know,
you.
they know. You know. So I think
Yeah,
you're doing it
some
the right way.
people know.
You're doing
Some
it the right
people,
way. I
yeah.
think.
Yeah, I'll just leave it alone. I'm proud of her though. Her birthday is on Tuesday.
Yep.
So happy early birthday, my little mini me. She's going, she texted me yesterday. Guess what she said?
What?
She said, Mom, I'm getting old.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah, look.
Yeah. You'll see. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Bree, I am 16 years older than you. You better hush. Let's not talk about your age because I definitely don't want to talk about my age. Yeah, Lulu, I hated Wellbutrin as well. Oh, I couldn't stand that medication. Jason, yes. Jason says, I know exactly what you mean. My daughter is such a strong woman and great person. I'm so happy she's not like me. I can definitely relate, Jason. I am unbelievably proud of this little one right here saying she's getting old. Lord, getting old. She was born, I'm just going to put it this way. She was born in the late 90s and she's saying she's getting old. That's it. You're not getting a birthday gift. I'm kidding, Bree. I love you. But yeah, we've been on for like an hour and 13 minutes. No, you're not, Captain Obvious. You're not getting old. Stop it. Stop it. We're young. We haven't even hit our primes.
Young and free.
Captain Obvious says, happy early birthday to her. Yes. Happy early birthday, Bree. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my little mini me. Happy birthday to you. I can't sing. People are going to start leaving now.
I love it when you sing.
Are you kidding? I can't sing.
You can. You just have to not try. It's got to be like something that's just, you're just doing it. Like you don't think anybody's around. Yeah. I've heard you hit certain notes.
My computer froze. I can't highlight. And the chat froze too. I hate it when this computer does this. I need a new computer. You know what? You have a new laptop. Can I go live on, when we go live, can I go live on your laptop?
No.
No. Okay.
Maybe. We'll talk about it. Maybe.
Well, whatever.
Maybe. We'll see.
You know what I am grateful for? Since becoming sober the past couple of months, I've eaten only salads, and I've lost over 20 some odd pounds.
She really has. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And it feels good.
She makes the best salads too.
And well, we have to eat healthier because of your heart problem.
Yeah, for sure.
And he had a mild heart attack. And it wasn't pretty. It was scary, actually.
Yeah.
And what's even worse is your doctor took you off propranolol, your blood pressure med. And I'm thinking, why in the world? You just had a heart attack. Why in the world would they take you off of your blood pressure
We
med?
don't. Yeah, we think that's what's going on. We really don't know.
So weird.
I mean this in the nicest way possible, but I have a hard time understanding what this guy's saying to me. So I'm trying to
Yeah,
get to the
well, he's
bottom of
from
it.
another country, and
It's
is
hard
he
to
Arabic?
understand. I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. And oh, Captain Obvious, thank you.
Appreciate it
Thank you.
very much. I need it. We all need it.
Captain Obvious, I don't have the money to do it. I really don't. Um things have been tight lately. I maybe one day maybe one day I'll get a new laptop. Necessities first. Paying bills first, and my back taxes. See what Lulu said, Captain Obvious?
You're not old.
No, she's not. And don't let her fool you. She's not old at all. We're as young as we feel. I feel old, though, sometimes. Like in the mornings when I wake up, I'm all achy and stuff. Ugh.
That's just part of being 28, 29, It's part of where you're at.
Jason, right? Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's true. Very true. A
Oh,
couple
crap.
accidents.
My computer froze again. I can't undo that now. Yeah, probably, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk there. It unfroze. I'm not going to use I got to stay away from benzos. They are the devil for me. You're about to be 40. You're a youngin'. A youngin'. Brandon, you're what, 38?
37.
37. Oh, gosh. See, I'm terrible with ages. I'm 40 something.
What?
40 something.
You told me you were 28. What?
Yeah. I'm 28, but I have a 20-some-year-old daughter.
And the math doesn't make a lot of sense. It's cool. It's cool.
Brianne. I turned 16 on Tuesday. Happy birthday, baby. Do you have to work on your birthday? Poor kid. I remember I hated working on my birthdays. Hated it. I spent most of my life in prison. I swear it preserves people.
True. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of my buddies are like that.
You were in prison. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it. Well, I don't know. It depending on where you're at and where how much time you're doing. There's just a lot less expected of you in prison. Out here,
Yeah.
there's a lot of stress and a lot of responsibilities. So I feel like it doesn't age people in the same way. A lot of people get out of prison after doing time and they look about the same. But yeah, I got a lot of buddies like that the penitentiary preserved them. You know, I agree.
I'm happy you don't have to work, Miss Bree. Youngin. Can't believe she said she's old. But yeah, when it comes to addiction, um, just know that you're not alone. And if you're ashamed, don't be.
And
And if
please get a hold
you,
of somebody.
yeah,
Just do it anyway. Just call somebody after this, just to get in the routine of it. Call us. Just to get used to calling people, because I guarantee you, it's coming. Your brain is going to tell you can get away with it, or you'll feel better. Blah blah blah. Just please get a hold of somebody today, please, and know that we're definitely praying for you. You know, everything we have, you can have, and more, so much more.
yeah, well, not me, but Brandon, he's helped get so many people in treatment from here, from YouTube. And
You have
I'm
to.
grateful for that.
You
And
have to.
Lulu, yes. My email is sarahsmile7899 at gmail.com. Um, there's been a lot of, when I was sober for those 6 years, people would come to me and confide in me. And I was really grateful for that. And it makes you feel good to help people. And, you know, um, I'm proud of the past couple months, but I'll get that 6 years again.
Yes, you will.
I will. I am determined this time. And I really have no desire. And the main thing was, you know, getting off of the benzos, being honest with my doctor, and de-seeing the medication.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. Jason says, it's nice to meet you, Brandon.
You too. I'm here from time to time.
Yeah. Sometimes we go live and we like to talk about addiction and recovery and things like that. So he says, I'm horrible at helping myself, but I can deal with helping other people. I've never, you know what? I'm like that too.
We're
I,
all like that.
yeah, like I can talk the talk, but sometimes I can't do it for myself. Like I can't help myself the way I can others.
The best
Does that make
counselors
sense?
and therapists in the world. usually can't take their own advice. It's common.
Yeah. Like, I know what to say to people, but I can't follow it sometimes.
Yeah, it's one thing to have the information. It's another thing to have the actual application of the information to really go out and do the things you're saying. And that's something I've really had to do lately, in terms of my physical health. I know what to do, it's just a matter of really doing it. And it's definitely gotten easier. But,
Jason, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for
yeah, for
coming
real.
in.
Have a good one. Yeah, I think we're just blessed. We're really, really blessed to be clean today.
And that goes for everyone,
I was at a loud rock and roll club last night, so I got to see some people that were, out having a good time. But I also got to see some of the people that hang out in downtown Dayton.
Oh, so you were in Dayton?
Yeah, it's 3rd and Kiwi.
Oh,
is where this place is at. It looks like they do like weddings and stuff, but like every now and then they do like, because it was a benefit for something, I don't know what, but yeah, it was interesting to see some of the downtown Dayton folks, around, they were out, on a Friday night. So
I had no idea.
Yeah, you were asleep. Yeah.
All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap this up, but thank you to everybody that came in and stayed here and listened. I hope it wasn't too boring. Girls, stop. My dogs are ow. They're in the back going ham. Thank you for coming in and just listening. And Brandon knows a lot about recovery. And if anybody ever wants to reach out, his email is, well, I don't know. I'll just give mine. And if anybody ever wants to just talk, we're here. And my email is always in my about section. So thank you guys for being here. And I hope you guys all have a great weekend. And we thank you, Brienne, honey. Lulu, you're going to get that 6 years again for sure, Sarah. Yes, I am. I am determined. I am committed. And I will. I am very confident in this. So thank you, Lulu. Again, I hope you guys have a great weekend and be safe. And we'll talk to you guys again soon. I might go live again later. I have a little something I want to talk about a certain PEDO and friend. So I might go live about them later. It just depends on what today brings. So you guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later. Peace, love, and light, everyone.
Bye.
So my computer froze, and it's not ending. Shit. Oh.